But let's have a listen in and see what the returning officer has to say, Jenny.
So I'm sorry to interrupt, but the returning officer's on the platform. We're about to get the declaration.
Okay, thank you very much, colleagues. Can I just start this evening by offering an enormous thanks to all of the staff from both Manchester City Council and Tameside Council who have worked on the count this evening and diligently through our polling stations in both local authority areas throughout the day. You are the heroes of local democracy, and we thank you very much for all of your efforts and your accuracy in the count. Can I also just remind people as well of what I said at the beginning of proceedings this evening, which is that it is very important in law that the declaration of the result of the poll is heard in full, and I need to make sure that that is achieved this evening. Thank you. So for the UK parliamentary by-election held on the 26th of February 2026, this is the declaration of the result of the poll. I, Tom Stannard, the acting returning officer for the Gorton and Denton constituency, give notice that the total number of votes cast for each candidate was as follows. Jones, Sean, Ian, Alec, the official Monster Raving Loony Party, 159. Buckley, Brendan Nicholas, Advance UK, 154. Cadden, Charlotte Ann, Conservative Party candidate, 706. Clark, Daniel David, Libertarian Party UK, 47. Goodwin, Matthew Thomas James, Reform UK, 10,578. Moore, Sebastian, Social Democratic Party, 46. Meghair, Joseph Bernard, the Rejoin EU Party, 98. Piercy, Jacqueline, Liberal Democrats, 653. Spencer, Hannah Catherine, the Green Party, 14,980. Stoya Angeliki, Labour Party, 9,364. And Wills Hugo, Communist League, 29. The total number of valid votes cast was 36,814, and the number of ballot papers rejected was as follows. Want of official mark, 0. Voting for more than one candidate, 28. Writing or mark by which the voter could be identified, 0. And being unmarked or void for uncertainty, 62. That makes the total number of rejected ballot papers 90. The total number of ballot papers verified as returned was 36,904, and the percentage turnout was therefore 47.62%. So I hereby declare that Hannah Catherine Spencer is duly elected Member of Parliament for the Gorton and Denton constituency.
So there you have it, the Green Party making history, winning their first parliamentary by-election. Let's hear from Hannah Spencer.
Bear with me, because this is a lot. I didn't grow up wanting to be a politician. I'm a plumber. And 2 weeks ago, during all this, I also qualified as a plasterer. Because even in chaos, even under pressure, I get things done. I am no different to every single person here in this constituency. I work hard. That is what we do. Except things have changed a lot over the last few decades, because working hard used to get you something. It got you a house, a nice life, holidays. It got you somewhere. But now, working hard, what does that get you? Because talk to anyone here and they will tell you, the people who work hard but can't put food on the table, can't get their kids' school uniforms, can't put their heating on, can't live off the pension they worked hard to save for, can't even begin to dream about ever having a holiday, ever. Because life has changed. Instead of working for a nice life, we're working to line the pockets of billionaires. We are being bled dry. And I don't think it's extreme or radical to think working hard should get you a nice life. And I don't think that if you're not able to work, that you should still have a nice life. I think that absolutely everybody should get a nice life. And clearly, I'm not the only person who thinks that, because I've made clear my position and my commitment to working class communities, the community that I am from. People in their thousands told me on the doorsteps and at the ballot box that what we are sick of is being let down and looked down on, that we are sick of our hard work making other people rich. I lived in this constituency at one of the most difficult and challenging periods of my life. I saw how strong the community was at holding things together. But I saw how much harder life is when the things around you are broken. The litter, the fly tipping, the dirty air. And when I moved, it became even clearer, and this is why I am fighting for the community that I lived in and that I still work in. Because I absolutely refuse to accept that we should ever have to move and leave our communities for good schools, a thriving high street and clean air. And I will not accept a society where having more money gets you a longer life expectancy. And so when it came to fighting for people here to stand in this election, well, how could I not fight? Because here, this is what we do. We fight for each other in this very diverse constituency, where our struggles might not always be the same, but where we know how hard life can be, and we stick together. Whatever our beliefs, our backgrounds, our colour, or our level of education, we stick up for each other. And to those who voted for me, I know that earning your trust starts now. One vote on one night is not something I will take for granted or assume will happen again. I will earn your trust. And to those who didn't vote for me, I will always work hard for you, and I will always be honest, and I will always be decent. To our Muslim communities who this week suffered an attempted attack during Ramadan, whilst I was being welcomed by women at a mosque in Longsight, someone just down the road walked into a mosque carrying an axe. And whilst we were gathered and eating together, an act of terror could easily have taken place. And I can't and won't accept this victory tonight without calling out the politicians and divisive figures who constantly scapegoat and blame our communities for all the problems in society. My Muslim friends and neighbours are just like me, human. And of course, to our white working class communities, the background that I have become so proud to be from, we know how it feels to be looked down on, maybe because we didn't do well at school, maybe because we do dirty manual jobs, because we are shut out of places we should be in. To people here in Gorton and Denton who feel left behind and isolated, I see you and I will fight for you. Because whilst our communities may sometimes be labelled in different ways, the thing everyone seems to have underestimated here, especially over the last few weeks, is how similar we all actually are. How we have common ground, how we get along, how we stand up for each other. The cracks that were starting to show can be healed, and I believe that it is through offering people hope and a chance to do things differently and do things better. Now, to my customers, I'm sorry, but I think I might have to cancel the work that you had booked in because I'm heading to Parliament. And when I get there, I will make space for everyone doing jobs like mine. We will finally get a seat at the table. And to Layla, the little girl who I had the pleasure of meeting and holding this week. I promised you I would try and improve the world that you are growing up in. I told you that I am not perfect, but that I always try my best. I always try and do the right thing. Now, something exciting is definitely happening. And I invite you all to be part of it. Come and join the Green Party so that we can spread hope and win everywhere across the country. Our strength will grow as more and more of us come together. We have shown that we don't have to accept being turned against each other. We can demand better without hating each other. We can do that together. We ran a hopeful campaign backed by thousands of volunteers and activists. We defeated the parties of billionaire donors. We have shown that we don't have to accept being turned against each other at all. And we did this with the people who live here, side by side, shoulder to shoulder, just as we have always done in this constituency and in the whole of Greater Manchester. Because this is Manchester, and we do things differently here. Thank you so much to everybody. Thank you.
So those remarks from Hannah Spencer, the MP for Gorton and Denton now. She won with a significant majority. She got 14,980 votes, so the Green Party winning that seat. But I think another crucial point to make is that Reform UK took second place. Matt Goodwin got 10,578 votes, and the Labour candidate Angeliki Stoya came third, 9,364 votes. A very personal speech there from Hannah Spencer, a plumber. She said that she just qualified in plastering, but apologised to all her customers because now she's going to be quite busy as a member of Parliament. She set out how she wants to reduce inequality when she goes to Parliament, and thanked all of those who voted for her. I mean, a truly remarkable night for the Green Party. Their first by-election win and their first seat in the northwest of England as well. And we're just watching the pictures there. A warning that there is some flash photography as well. You can see these images here of Hannah embracing Zach Polanski, the leader of the Green Party. I think there's no doubt that he really has transformed the party since he took over as leader, really given it a new sense of energy. And now they have won that by-election. And I think there's lots of things we're going to unpack with my guests in the studio. But I think one of the most remarkable things really is the third placing for Labour. Let's have a listen in.
I think she said at the end. Hannah, you're live on Sky News.
No,
Congratulations.
We're going to move on. Awkward. Let's go to Jack Fennick, who is at the count. So, Jack, we heard from Hannah Spencer from the Greens. As John Curtis described it earlier, she has written her place in the history books, hasn't she?
Well, we're live on BBC News, Regina, and she has written her place in the history books. As we've been saying, the first Green Party MP in the north of England, the first time that the Greens have won a parliamentary by-election. And for me, the most astonishing thing about that result is that despite the fact we've been saying for much of the night that it was too close to call, wasn't really close at all. She won by more than 4,000 votes. She was more than 5,000 votes ahead of the Labour candidate. This is a resounding victory for the Green Party, and not the sort of thing that even their campaigners were saying they were expecting in recent days. Now, as we've talked about, there are different parts to this constituency. The Greens mainly targeted the part of the constituency where there is a large Muslim population, where there are lots of students.